let's talk about all the balance changes for Ultimate in 6.0. So, I'm disappointed actually that there wasn't any real buffs to any nerfs to characters. Yo! Let's go, Palashina.
Still a big fan, my guy.
I appreciate the 4 months, I appreciate that. Let's freaking go. Back to the gang. Hype. But like, I was surprised Joker didn't get hit at all considering he's very popular at top level play with Leo, Zachary, sometimes Nairo, and now Tweak. I was surprised Paladin didn't get touched at all considering she's popular all levels of play. And I'm just surprised generally very common popular top tiers that people generally dislike or a bit overrepresented aren't like nerfed at all. I'm surprised they didn't fix things like Olimar Shield and a lot of multi-hit moves not working. They did fix some glitches, secretly like the Pokemon Trainer Joker switch glitch and doubles. But overall, I wish this patch was a bit more impactful, because while a good amount of low tier characters got buffed in pretty significant ways, I think it's gonna be like 5.0, no, like 4.0, where it's like these characters get buffed, but they still have fundamental issues with their kit. So unless they get more buffs, it's not gonna matter. And I kind of wish the more like mid-tier borderline characters get small buffs to push them into high tier relevance. With that said, let's go over the patch notes, see what the biggest winner is. So DK. DK got some nice buffs actually. His forward tilt now has more knockback, which means that low percents it's no longer unsafe and hit. Because that was a big issue, is it was unsafe and hit, so you couldn't respace with forward tilt, low percents. Neutral Air has more damage, which means more knockback, and a little bit more range. It's nice because Neutral Air is already a good DK move, and even if it's a small hitbox increase, being able to space it better and get more rewarded with more knockback and damage for like killing, for comboing, just raw damage output. It's just a better move and it was already good moves. That's actually a big deal, I think. Neutral B. Charges faster and more knockback. Really big deal. Because like sometimes DK couldn't charge Neutral B versus like projectile characters, rushdown characters. And we still got that issue, of course, we can't charge every matchup consistently. Like even saving like a second on charging is going to matter a lot in matchups where he has trouble getting those vital seconds to charge. Combine that with the move killing earlier and being just scarier, it means setups he has like dash attack punch, down tilt trip punch, or maybe like tech chase read punch will all be a little bit scarier, and you can throw it out a little bit more because it's not as big of a risk to lose your punch. That's good. And then up B, faster super power means it's better shield option, better like pressure. It's just better honestly, because you already use it as a way to challenge moves. Sometimes there's our shield option, like you'd roll into like up B, sometimes even to kill people. So the super armor coming out earlier is always useful. And like it fixes an issue with this kid in that he's still got the issue of being pressured, but he's gonna be a little bit better at dealing with the pressure. And the fact that it connects easier, like I was labbing it, it like connects a lot easier on people above him, below him, behind him, the tip of the up B, even when he's not drifting towards the opponent, which is really nice. Because a lot of times he would like up B, and people would fall out, so you get punished for it. And like he'd be recovering with up B, and people would space like attacks, miss space, get hit, fall out of it, and get punished DK, despite DK successfully like outplaying them when DK was at disadvantage. And you can probably kill people with up B like suicide copter stuff even easier too. So this actually is a big deal for his recovery game, and then I guess rewarded now for outplaying people off Sage, whereas before he kind of didn't. And then finally, down B, it's like probably the most insignificant buff I'd say. It's faster, has less end lag. It's a good move, and making a good move better is always nice, but I don't think it does anything for his kit particularly as far as I can tell. It just means the move might be a little bit more usable, but it's still going to lose to like people jumping and throwing aerials out or throwing projectiles out, which is how Ultimate's played. So I think DK is a big winner because now he has better stuff on hit at low percents. He can deal with edge guarding a bit better. His disadvantage stays a little bit better. He's able to like force people to approach more, and he can also deal with people pressuring him by having quicker charge punches, and generally just more rewarding to play. Like his entire kit was buffed overall essentially, so I think DK is a huge winner of this patch. And potentially the biggest winner of this patch, considering flaws like his disadvantage state got fixed a little bit. Kirby. I don't think Kirby was really helped that much. I think jab is frame 2 now, I believe, which is nice. But it's still very low range, and people tend to fall out of jab, which is garbage, right? Up smash, sour kills earlier, whatever. Like, there's not really combos into that. You're not really looking to up smash people with sour in the first place, so it's just like, whatever. Neutral air, you can use that with shield a bit better because it's faster now. You can like just use it more because it's faster, but... And I guess it kills earlier too. But he just doesn't have the range to use that as shield versus any decently spaced attacks. It's hard for him to get in and get neutral airs in the first place because it's almost no hitbox range. And like, you're not really using Nair as long as it's so small on a character who's kind of slow in the air in the first place. I'll answer your question after I finish this, Beastly. Up air. This is nice because it's just... It doesn't kill much earlier, but it does kill earlier. It comes out a little bit faster and like does more damage. So it's more rewarding to land with. You can combo up to an up air, get more reward for it. On platforms, you can kill people with this. And this is definitely Kirby's best buff. I don't think this fixes any of Kirby's issues though. Like, yeah, now you can kill people if they're above Kirby, which is good. Because I guess he had trouble killing people above him, like, before, but he's still slow in the air. It's still, like, not the best hitbox. He's can't really combo until the kill percent's on the ground. And it's just, like... It's an okay buff, but it doesn't really fix anything. It's just like, well, there you go. And then Neutral B... It's one of those things where it's not going to make this move much better. Because even if it comes out faster... Like, you're already using Neutral B to catch people holding shield on platforms or at the ledge. So making it come out a little bit faster means it's a little bit harder to react to. And it'll be a little bit more useful. But it doesn't give it any new utility. It doesn't, like, significantly help Kirby's issues. And I feel like that's kind of the summary of Kirby's buffs, where, like, it doesn't fix his issues of no range, being slow in the air, being lightweight, having trouble getting kills on people. Like, it doesn't fix his main stuff. Making it harder to knock him out of his Kirby copy ability is also nice, sure, but like that wasn't an issue in the first place. So I don't think Kirby's a big winner of this patch, honestly. He might be like the second biggest loser of this patch, right behind Incineroar. Now Jigglypuff. She's interesting. The air dodge change means she's able to actually do full hop, double jump, air dodge, or neutral, drift towards the opponent, and land with an aerial during the end lag. Now, I'm not sure if she could do that before, but I'd be surprised if she could. But, yeah, like, less end lag and air dodge is always really good, considering she's a floaty character, so her air dodge is especially laggy. That's nice. Down air actually gives combos into rest now, which is insane. Like, for ledge trapping, you read a ledge option, you can do, like, falling down air rest, and they're dead. Or, like, read someone moving to a platform, read a roll. So if you can make hard reads on people, she can now safely look for rest setups instead of just going for raw rest. So that means she's going to be able to go like, I read you. Run up, down air or whatever, kill you. With fast fall down air, with whatever. Even like down air, read someone's drift after the down air, and like chase him because now auto cancels out short hop, which gives her lots more combos. Because even like, what do you do like when you like down air someone before, it was hard to chase them with combos into like forward air or stuff. But now you can do it very easily. And considering she can do like down air, read your option, weak hit nair, forward air, off stage, you're dead. Fuck man, that's scary. So I think Jigglypuff got a huge buff this patch with the down air change. It doesn't fix her issue of neutral of having no range and getting rolled up by swords, but she could definitely find openings already with her airspeed and small sides and good frame data to like hit people. Farther knockback angle buff, that's just good. It means she sets up edge guards better, right? And considering edge guarding is already good, characters with like bad recoveries or like fast falling characters get forward thrown, and now they're at such an angle you can easily rough stage and like make them 50-50 with forward throw to forward air. And if they guess wrong, they die. And if they guess right, they just live. Maybe. Neutral B buff is a meme. Like, it's actually just a meme. Oh my god, yo, Big Testy.
King K Rool buffs have given me new life.
Thanks for 15 months, man. Yeah, I'll talk about those in a second. But those are nice. And then side B buff, she can now combo side B into rest sometimes. It's like hitting someone's head with an initial hitbox of side B, if they don't DI it properly, gives you free rest, which is huge, because side B is a really good pressure tool that does a lot of shield damage, not easy to punish on block if you're not fast, it might cross up. And now it's just more rewarding, as a move that's already used quite a bit. It's going to be used even more and be scarier. And I could be wrong about Neutral B being a meme move still, but I don't think you're going to find much use for Neutral B as Jigglypuff. Maybe like as like a weird ledge trap or tech chase option, but I think this move is so meme move. Next up, Robin. I think Robin's actually a pretty big loser in this patch overall. Because forward tilt, extra knockback. Next, Nair. Comes out 2 frames faster. The problem is it's still a 7 frame startup, I believe. It doesn't hit low characters. If you space aerials right, you probably won't hit them with Robin's Nair. And like, it is better in some matchups against characters who don't like low profile Rising Nair. Against characters who can't like space away from Rising Nair. But like a 7 frame startup aerial that doesn't hit low characters and people on the ground is generally not the best out of shield option. You can use it for pressure a bit more too, I guess. And like, it's a buff, but it's not gonna be as significant as people think. Neutral B buff is probably the most important one because that means in every single matchup, Robin's Neutral B is important, right? It literally doesn't matter what character it is, you're using Neutral B. So it's sort of like DK's Neutral B buff where it's just good in every matchup. You're using against pressure characters, characters that can't be out, or you have less time to throw projectiles before you get a full charge. And like, you're just always going to find this buff useful. It's just not fixing problems. Generally, it's just useful. Side B buff doesn't matter much. Because you have to like full hop side B to like see the significance of the buff. And if you're full hopping side Bing, good players are just going to run you and hit you because you're Robin doing side B from a full hop. And like short up side B is already fine, so I don't think the side B buffs actually do anything. And then finally, increase the recharging effect smash attacks have on 11 Sword. Did anyone even use that? I don't think anyone actually implemented that mechanic with Robin in the first place, because landing bronze sword smashes as Robin. If you do that, good shit to you. King K Rool. He got some weird buffs. This Nair buff is big. Gives him more combos. It makes his pressure much better with like cross-up Nair, space Nair, characters with badass shield options. Probably can't punish Nair on block anymore. And like, that's always good considering it's a good move. It's big, it's powerful, super armor. So I think it's like, I think it's good. I don't think it's game-changing for him. Because the better characters tend to have fast-ass shield options that can punish this regardless. And like outrange it regardless. And you can probably DI Nair combos away still, but it's gonna be useful versus like some characters. The fair buff is the biggest one, I think. Because now like Tipper fair, sweet spots, and the sweet spot's out for pretty long. So like you can edge guard people with Tipper fair, you can ledge chop with Tipper fair. You can actually just do a lot with K Rool's Tipper fair now, but I think that might be his main spacing tool. Like if you whip this move, it's still gonna get punished on whiff. But because you don't have to worry about spacing close range fair now, you can really utilize the max range of this move more effectively. Especially for air-to-air situations, which is going to be a lot in this game. The up air buff doesn't do much. Kills earlier with the move. At like sweet spot. It lingers a little bit longer, but I didn't really notice it in testing. So it like doesn't matter. The neutral B stuff is weird because yeah, it comes out faster. Yeah, you can shoot it out faster. And like it's overall faster. But I don't think you get more utility off this move. Like I think if someone's gonna jump over neutral B and hit you for it, they're gonna still do it. If someone's gonna reflect it, they're still gonna do it. If someone's gonna avoid the suction hit, they're still gonna do that. And it's like I'm trying to find a situation where you're gonna actually find utility off neutral B despite the buffs. And I think it's more of an issue of neutral B not having much use outside of being like a ledge chop tool. And like a projectile against slow characters or big characters, which I feel like the same thing as neutral there, right? Where the weaker characters in the game tend to be slower or bigger, so it helps in those matchups. But won't help him in his top tier matchups. Helps him in his like low and mid tier matchups. And then the down B is still bad. It's still a bad counter. Sure, it's a little bit less end lag on hit, but you can't chase people with it. Sure, it has a bit more range, essentially. But, like, it's still a very committal move that's not that good. So, yeah. K Rool got buffs helping against other kind of mediocre characters, but not against, like, relevant tournament characters. He basically got better in low-tier tournaments, is a good way to put it. And if I Cinemark actually got bodied. Like, Jab 3 has more damage and knockback. That's not killing you at absurd percents or anything, so... Alright. Forward air. Made it weaker on the lingering hitbox, but lingers longer. But, like, the lingering hitbox in forward air kind of sucks. It's very punishable. It doesn't set up tech chases or combos or anything. And, like, it's just bad. It's actually not a helpful buff, I think. The down air buff, it's a little bit easier to get, like, the spike hitbox, I think, which is, like, nice, I guess. But Incineroar is so slow, and the spike is so slow, that it's hard to land those spikes in the first place, even with the buff to the spike hitbox. So I don't think that's going to be that important. It'll help in, like, fringe cases, like, you get, like, a sour spot, and then you get a sweet spot. But even then, a sour spot killed. So it's like, you need to buff that move. What else is there? Neutral B, you never use the move for the start of the hitbox anyway. Use it for the lingering parts of it. So the fact that they made it linger longer is cool. Bigger range is always good. Makes you see space a little bit farther away, of course, and catch, like, things you couldn't catch before. But I think the big buff was meant to be increasing the power of the move. But you almost never hit people with the initial of neutral B. If you did, it was, like, out of shield. Or, like, as a roll read, right? But in those situations, you had better options as Incineroar for out of shield options. For reading, like, spot dodges and rolls. So, I could be wrong with this one. But I think the way this move was buffed, because it was already a good move, isn't significant enough. I could be wrong. Maybe it's going to be a great out of shield option now to kill people with. Maybe you can, like, use this as your main roll read, spot dodge read, whatever hard read move, because of its ability frames. And it probably is his biggest buff, but even then I'm still unsure about this one. And then they nerfed down air. I mean down B. Like, alright, the counter lingers longer, sure. Alright, there's less end lag on the counter, whether you get it or not. But you can't do... Because of the extended launch distance on the counter hitbox, you can't do counter into dash attack. Counter into side B. And, like, that's a big deal to lose. That was such an important part of his kit. You could, like, counter someone at 40%. Freaking side B them and they were dead. Dash attack them, they dead. You can't do that anymore. And I think losing that was such a big deal. So I think Incineroar actually got nerfed this patch. Yeah, they got nerfed or he got side graded. Or if you got buffed, it's like a slight buff. But overall, he is the biggest loser of this patch. IMO. And this was just a glitch fix. Because you could do things with, like, Kafrizzing onto stage and Rosa could gravity pull it and create some weird glitches that were, like, absurd. So, like, overall, biggest winners of this patch are either DK or Puff, I'd say. Then K Rool is, like, kind of a winner, but not really. Kirby got some things that don't matter too much. Same with Robin. And then Incineroar may have potentially been nerfed. And there you go, that's my thoughts on this patch.